Roblox is a platform most of us are very familiar with. You either play Roblox or most likely have been an active player at one point. That is because, since its inception, Roblox has steadily grown from a simple blocky game to becoming one of the most dominant platforms in the gaming industry. On the surface, Roblox may not appear so complex to even the most active of players, but there is a rich world within the community, countless stories, and a near endless rabbit hole of history hiding within the platform. Decades of information, topics, people, games, stories, and more revolve around this platform and its ecosystem. Now, since you clicked on this video, you most likely already know how an Iceberg video operates, but in case you don't, let me explain. You start at the top of the chart with entries that are more commonly known amongst the Roblox community, and as you work your way down the chart, you'll find lesser known facts, information, and topics. By the time we reach the lower layers, I'll be covering some very obscure, mysterious, and virtually unknown information. For this series, I've made a massive iceberg chart that will be too much to cover in just one video. So I'm going to upload each layer as its own separate video, or possibly two videos for certain layers that have a lot of entries. I've done my best to get the most accurate information for each entry, but in the event that I have something wrong, feel free to let me know down in the comments. A quick shout out to Federal Objective 84, Free Tea Coupon, and some guy on Reddit 1220 for creating some amazing Roblox Iceberg charts. They helped me create a solid base for my iceberg, which I was able to build from, along with Toasted Cherries and Toasty for their amazing Roblox Iceberg videos. With the basics out of the way, I'd like to thank the channel members here on screen, and a special thanks to the Tier 3 and Tier 4 members for their extra support. If you are interested in becoming a member as well, click the join button down below or click the link down in the description. And now, let's dive into the Roblox Iceberg. Builderman. The man, the myth, the legend, Builderman, aka David Baszucki. What better entry to start this Iceberg video series off with than the CEO and co-founder of Roblox? Dave co-founded Roblox alongside Eric Castle back in 2003, and since its founding, he has been the face of Roblox. Builderman is one of the two main accounts that David uses. Although it is inactive and Dave hasn't really used the account in many years, he will on a rare occasion log on and change the appearance of his avatar. Although for over a decade, his classic look hasn't changed too much as he's stuck with the classic orange hat and black jacket. David's Builderman account has the most followers on the entire platform, currently sitting at just over 70 million followers. Work at a Pizza Place. Work at a Pizza Place is one of the most iconic games on the entire Roblox platform. The game place was created in early 2008 by Dude1. It was based on his previous game, Work at a Krusty Krab, which was taken down due to copyright issues. This game continues to defy all Roblox logic as it is one of the oldest Roblox games that somehow remains popular to this day. At any given time, you can find tens of thousands of active players online. Despite the countless Roblox algorithm changes that have taken place on the platform over the last 15 years, it remains one of the most popular Roblox games of all time. Work at a Pizza Place might be even older than some of you watching this video. The game is pretty simple. Your objective is to work at a pizza place and earn money. You can choose from a variety of jobs such as cashier, pizza maker, delivery driver, and more. With your money, you can purchase homes and decorate them in order to host epic parties. The game still gets updates every few months and multiple holiday events each year. Noob. The Noob is one of the most iconic looks on all of Roblox. Its origins go all the way back to January of 2006 when player avatars were first introduced, and there were only 8 default options available. But of all 8 options, the one with a blue shirt and green pants stuck out the most, and became something greater than just a default avatar. Despite the default avatars changing countless times over the years, the Noob look persisted. The Noob has become a whole look, a meme, and aesthetic, and has cemented itself as a pillar stone in the Roblox's culture. Flamingo. Flamingo, aka Albert, aka Mr. Flimflam, is one of the most well-known Roblox YouTubers with over 12 million subscribers as of recording. He has been active across multiple YouTube channels since early 2011. He started his current channel Flamingo in 2017 after his former channel, Albert Stuff, was fully demonetized by YouTube. Anyone who has ever watched Roblox YouTube videos for even a few days has most likely stumbled across one of Flamingo's videos. I know if you're watching this video, you've most likely seen his content before, and you know why he is one of the most popular YouTube creators. Flamingo is well known for his comedic style using a vast array of characters and numerous inside jokes in his videos. His content really pushes the limits of what you'd expect to see in Roblox videos, but I believe that's what gives him such an appeal to a wide audience. His channel has gained over 10.5 billion views as of recording. His Roblox account has over 8.5 million followers, which is the most followers for a non-admin account and the third most overall, only behind Builderman and the official Roblox account. Some of his personal characters used in his videos, along with his other YouTube channels, will be featured later in Iceberg videos. John Shedletsky. John Shedletsky, aka Telemon, is probably the most well-known admin besides Builderman. Originally, I was going to have this entry further down in the Iceberg, as he hasn't worked at Roblox in over a decade, but his contributions to the platform are far too numerous to count, and I'll be talking a lot about him and his contributions throughout all the layers in this series. John was one of the first employees at Roblox, hired initially in 2006. His account was originally called Telemon before changing it years later to Shedletsky. He was the creative director for nearly 9 years at Roblox, and he helped shape the foundation of the Roblox community. From his forum posts, to his trolling, his YouTube videos, to his community engagement, and his inventions to his contributions, Shedletsky left a lasting mark on the community that is still present to this day. Limiteds. Limited items are basically the collectible market of Roblox, aka a virtual Wall Street. They come with their own sharp chart, stat section, and even a speculative market built in. Limiteds come in many different forms, such as hats, back items, faces, and any other form of accessory or hair item. To show that an item is limited, Roblox gives the item this little logo and is stamped with a serial number. These make the item 100 times cooler, I swear. Limiteds were introduced to Roblox on March 9th, 2009, with the first limited being the green bow tie, which sold only 100 copies originally for 100 Robux and is now valued at over 5 million Robux. Today, there are probably tens of thousands of limiteds, with the most popular ones having series such as the Dominus series, which leads us on to our next entry. The Dominus. For this entry, I'm going to cover the entire line of Dominus items because there are actually more items in the Dominus series than just the famous hats you think of when hearing the name Dominus. The Dominus hat needs no introduction because it's the holy grail of Roblox limited items, the dream item for countless players, and the most expensive series on the platform. But in case you've never played Roblox or don't really care about the economy, I'll start from the beginning. The first Dominus hat in the series was originally released back in January of 2010 at the low price of 13,337 Robux. While today, 13,000 is a lot of Robux, back in 2010, the sale price caused the Dominus to be the most expensive item ever released on Roblox up to that point, and it had a limited stock of just 26 copies, which of course sold out within minutes. The original model was created by Shedletsky, and initially it was called the Hooded Valk. The Dominus, simply put, is a hood with 2 buttons and a few feathers. Over the course of the next 14 years, Roblox would go on to release a total of 16 Dominus hats in the series, acquired in a variety of ways, such as ticks, winning a contest, beating cancer, but mostly for Robux. In addition to the typical Dominus hats, there are also DIY Domini, which are paper bags with crayon drawings of a Dominus on them. The wiki lists these, but they don't really exist anymore. It's the Dominus gifts. These gifts are how 4 of the Domini were originally obtained, although since the gifts have all been opened, none of these exist on Roblox anymore, as far as I'm aware of. And finally, the Dominus-derived accessories. You have the black Dominus Pallium, dual wings of the Dominus, tarnished Dominus lapel pin, and 6 Musica Dominator headphones. All of these come from Roblox toy codes except for the Musica Dominators, which are a limited series. 1x1x1x1. 1x1x1x1 was an admin test account turned myth and larger-than-life character within the community. The account was created in 2007 by former Roblox admin John Shedletsky. Rumors would eventually start to swirl about 1x1x1 being a hacker. These mostly revolved around the idea that he would hack Roblox whenever there was an update. Thus, the phrase 1x1x1 is back and will hack everyone was born.
Passengers, if you see any suspicious characters by the name of 1x1x1x1, please report them to a member of our staff immediately. We thank you for your cooperation.
It didn't help that Shedletsky himself was notorious for playing into pranks on the community. He bought into this rumor and stoked fear within the community with one of his stories where he mentioned the evil 1x1x1. The story would later be denounced by another Roblox admin in order to calm the fear in a lot of the younger players within the community. Yeah, Shedletsky did a lot of wild things that admins would not be allowed to get away with these days. John and Jane Doe. John and Jane Doe are 2 former test accounts created by Roblox co-founders back in June of 2005. Their intended purpose was to serve as accounts for administrators to talk with players during the alpha stage of Roblox. The names refer to anonymous males and females, usually in the context of police investigations. In terms of Roblox, these accounts were intended to be test accounts created by the Roblox co-founders. Despite not having been logged into since 2006, at some point during 2012 and later years, the two accounts would gain badges from a game created by a famous game developer named Maximum ADHD, aka Clone Trooper 1019. This started the first rumors around the accounts and questions started to arise. Shortly after, the two accounts would start following and friending players. One such player that Jane Doe followed was Bad Graphics. In 2017, both Max and Bad Graphics would put out their own YouTube videos explaining why John and Jane Doe had these weird and mysterious events happening. Bugs. It was bugs. Roblox's spaghetti code had a lot of issues, and players found a way to abuse these bugs that caused accounts to follow, friend, and even award badges to anyone. So now, it's early 2017, 5 years after the rumors of John and Jane Doe started gaining traction. Two YouTubers named Kazakh and Equilirix started a rumor that John and Jane Doe were real hackers, and they would be coming back to Roblox on March 21st, 2017. Obviously, they weren't hackers, but that didn't stop the rumor from spreading to every corner of Roblox. Even to this day, there are rumors nearly every year that John and Jane Doe are coming back to hack Roblox. Guests. Guests are a removed Roblox feature where players could test Roblox before making an account. Initially released in 2008, guests let players jump right into Roblox without making an account. After selecting one of three options for the look of a guest, players would be given a number which ranged from 1 to 9,999 for their guest. This number was stored locally, so if you had the same guest number, like 1,000, twice in the same game, then your data would be saved in that game. You could also change this number just by editing your cookies. Guests were limited in their chat functions, only able to send and see messages from Super Safe Chat, which is another removed feature. Super Safe Chat was a system where you couldn't type in chat and could only choose questions and answers from a preset list. Guests were finally removed from PC in October of 2017 and fully removed from the platform on November 24th, 2018. But not without a massive pushback from the community. Countless videos, Twitter posts, and players made it clear they wanted guests to return. Even to this day, you'll occasionally hear people talking about guests. Personally, I think guests are a feature of the past and serve no purpose in modern Roblox. And to the people who want them back, they're the same people who always say how great old Roblox was. Epic Face. Epic Face is one of the most iconic faces on Roblox. It was released as part of the Gift Explosion event in December of 2010. You had to connect your Roblox account to Facebook. Yeah, that old boomer website. Well, if you were one of the first 12,000 to do that, then you would get this face from the Gift Explosion box. Epic Face has gained its popularity not only because it is such an old face that will most likely never go limited, well, that is according to former Roblox admin Brad Eyes, but rather it is the signature face to none other than Shedletsky. He has worn this face for a majority of the last 13 years. Shedletsky loves the face so much, he had something special added to Roblox which no one else has or ever will be able to get. But don't worry, I'll cover that later in this iceberg. You know, at this point, I could basically just make a whole Shedletsky iceberg series. Game genres. Initially, when I was writing this script, I had a bunch of different Roblox game genres as their own entries. After writing out a few, I found it really boring, so I decided it would be more interesting for myself and the viewers to cover a wide range of genres quickly in one entry. So let's go. Roleplay games. Roleplay games, aka RP games, are one of, if not the most popular genres on Roblox right now. These games have dominated the platforms for a few years. You do what the name suggests. You roleplay. Simulator games. Simulator games are another popular genre on Roblox. I'm sure you've played a simulator or two before if you're watching this video. You hatch eggs, collect coins, start a pet sweatshop by forcing your pets to break piles of coins for... sorry, wrong script. The gameplay loop is generally pretty simple and repetitive, and each game varies in theme and features. Whether you're breaking piles of money, attacking monsters, shoveling snow, using magnets, how do those work anyways, or eating poop with friends. How does this have over 7 million visits? Which one of you played this game? Obby games. Obstacle course games, better known as obbies on Roblox, are a genre of game where the player must complete a number of obstacles to reach the end and win the game. These are one of the oldest genres on Roblox and probably the longest lasting genre, with the first obby ever... Tycoon games. In Tycoon games, you select a base and start a factory or business to build droppers, which earn you money, which you can then in turn buy more upgrades, droppers, floors, and more. This is the whole gameplay loop. Anime games. These are basically just IP theft, copyright, and material theft games. Fighting games, another classic genre off Roblox. These evolved from simple sword games to proper fighting games which have had their own televised esports events in modern times. Hangout games, without a doubt the most notorious of all Roblox game genres. Over the years, hangout games have had a bad reputation, and for good reasons. A lot of weird people have taken over a lot of the popular hangout games. Not all of them are bad though, as the ones with a healthier player base are more social and you can actually have fun with friends, if you have any. Shooting games. Guns. 17 plus games, one of the newest genres on Roblox, and just as the name suggests, you have to be over 17 years old to join these games. Horror games, another classic genre and one of the oldest genres on the platform. The real shining light of this genre are the horror games, which have hardly any players. Some of these games are genuinely terrifying and deserve so much more success. There are countless more genres on the platform, but I have a lot of entries to cover. You see the length of this video. Brookhaven. Brookhaven RP, aka Brookhaven, is the most visited game on the entire Roblox platform. I don't really play RP games all that much, so the best way I can describe it is it's an open world sandbox style game geared towards a younger audience. Players are able to own a home, choose a job, and RP in a simplistic open world with friends and other players. It launched 4 years ago in April of 2020 and quickly rose in popularity. Just 6 months after the game released, it hit over 200,000 concurrent players. 2 months later, it hit 500,000 concurrent players, and the following month, it passed Adopt Me as the game with the most concurrent players. It officially dethroned Adopt Me as the most visited game on Roblox in July of 2023. It currently sits at a staggering 50.8 billion visits. Yes, that's billion with a B. Natural Disaster Survival. Natural Disaster Survival is one of the most successful and popular games of all time, currently sitting in the top 25 most visited games of all time with over 2.5 billion visits. NDS is a round-based survival game where players must, as the name implies, survive natural disasters. While the game was originally released in December of 2011, there is some confusion about this because the place for the game was originally created in 2008, but it was empty for over 3 years. That is, until the game's creator, Stickmaster Luke, uploaded NDS. Since its launch, NDS has been one of the most recognized games on all of Roblox. Sitting on the front page for more than a decade, this is one of the longest running successful games on the platform. Stickmaster Luke is also one of the longest running admins working at Roblox, having started working at Roblox around 2011 or 2012. Now for the gameplay, there are dozens of disasters with nearly 2 dozen maps. Players must survive rounds of disasters, very basic but surprisingly fun with friends. RDC. The Roblox Developer Conference is a yearly event that takes place in the Bay Area of California. Hundreds to thousands of developers will meet with Roblox staff to talk about the success of Roblox and discuss many upcoming features. Fun fact, the first RDC was held in 2015. There were previous iterations of the Roblox Developer Conference, but again, I'll discuss those in a later tier. Another main event at RDC is the Roblox Innovation Awards, and that leads us into the Innovation Awards, aka the Bloxy Awards. The Roblox Innovation Awards, formerly known as the Bloxy Awards, is a yearly event held at the Developer Conference during the Roblox Developer Conference weekend. It is an award ceremony to celebrate the accomplishments of the diverse Roblox developer community. For the awards, players within the Roblox community are allowed to vote for their choices on many different categories: Best Video Star, Best New Experience, Best Collaboration, and many others. Other categories are for developer achievements, such as the game with the most concurrent players. Additionally, some categories are hand-selected by Roblox staff. This most definitely hasn't caused any issues before, nor has it spawned any controversy or conspiracy theory that Roblox rigs the awards. That definitely has not ever happened. Finally, there is the Builderman Award of Excellence. This award is notably chosen by the big man himself, Builderman. Some of the previous games that won this award are Doors, Piggy, and Dungeon Quest. Bloxburg. Welcome to Bloxburg is one of the most popular role-playing games of all time on Roblox. Since its release in 2016, Welcome to Bloxburg, or just shortened to Bloxburg, has paved the way for countless role-playing games on the platform, including the aforementioned Brookhaven. For nearly 8 years, Bloxburg was one of the rare cases where a game costs Robux to play. Normally, most games on Roblox are free to just log on and play, but with Bloxburg, you had to pay about 50 Robux to purchase and play the game. Fast forward to June of 2024, and Bloxburg removed the Robux fee to play and opened up the game to all of Roblox. Really pushing the boundaries of innovation there, Bloxburg. Great job. This change was most likely due to the fact that back in January of 2023, the game's creator, Coeptus, sold Bloxburg to a gaming company named Embracer Group for reportedly $100 million. Now, this new owner is squeezing microtransaction into everything, and it's probably more profitable to make the game free to play in order to sell more microtransactions. Fun fact, according to an interview Coeptus did, He started building Bloxburg back in 2014 by just adding buildings to a base plate, and eventually he had a map for Bloxburg and $100 million. Roblox Twitter. This entry is in reference to the large Roblox Twitter community. Twitter has one of, if not the largest community of Roblox players outside of the platform and the official dev forums. Nearly every large developer and YouTuber you know and watch are most likely active there. Most developers tease future updates for their games on Twitter. News stories break on Twitter and then spread around the community into YouTube and beyond. Even I had a breaking story once. That's how I made it into a Kreekcraft video. Twitter started to form as the de facto community hub around 2010 when admins started creating accounts to better interact with the community. This caused a lot of controversy and itself will be an entry, again, later in the iceberg. Kreekcraft. I feel like I don't need to say much about Kreek, as I know you have most likely heard of him if you're watching this Iceberg video, but in case you don't, Kreekcraft, aka Kreek, is one of the biggest Roblox YouTubers and by far the largest Roblox streamer, and one of the most prominent voices within the Roblox community. Kreek started his YouTube journey in 2014, uploading mostly Minecraft content. He stuck with that up until about mid-2016 when he started playing Roblox, at which point his channel started to grow rapidly and he never looked back. Currently, Kreekcraft is approaching 10 million subscribers and now focuses on a variety of Roblox content, such as his news videos, his live streams where he plays popular games on Roblox or reacts to content. Please, Kreek, if you're watching this, feel free to react to it. Also, he was previously known for his horse dance. Video Stars Program. This is a special program where Roblox recognizes larger influencers, usually YouTubers and TikTok creators, along with giving them special benefits. All the biggest creators are in this program, and it's something I wish Roblox promoted more or had more involvement with. It was really popular up until a few years ago, and it seems like you never really hear about it anymore. Roblox lets people apply to the program, and they will select new creators to add to the program only about once a year. Even as recently as 2022, Roblox did this multiple times a year. Now they treat this program as something they are forced to do and give it minimal effort. Currently, to get into the program, YouTubers need a minimum of 100,000 subs, a majority of their content needs to be Roblox related, and at least 10,000 views on each of their Roblox videos. The only notable benefits of being in the STARS program are receiving the blue verified checkmark next to your name, along with the STAR program icon next to your name in the people list. Oh, and some free Robux every month whenever your fans use your STAR code when purchasing Robux, which is cool, I guess. Bee Swarm Simulator. Bee Swarm Simulator was released in 2018. Bee Swarm Simulator is not only one of the most popular simulator games of all time, but it is also one of the most popular Roblox games of all time. Most simulator games would be considered great if they managed to stay relevant for more than 2 months. Once the updates stop or YouTubers stop making videos on a simulator game, it's usually the death sentence for that game. But not Bee Swarm Simulator. This game has managed to remain on top of all Roblox games for 6 years at this point. Very few Roblox games have managed to remain relevant, popular, and push out consistent updates for 6 years. The objective of Bee Swarm Simulator is to grow your beehive, collect pollen, and turn that pollen into honey, and purchase upgrades within the game. Inspired by an older simulator, Snow Shoveling Simulator, Bee Swarm Simulator took many aspects of simulators and added their own twist. I haven't ever played too much of this game and can't give my opinion on it, but it has withstood the test of time on Roblox and has done what no other simulator, or really almost any game, has done before, and that is staying on the front page of Roblox year after year. Bacon hairs. This can refer to two different things: the pal hair, aka the bacon hair, because, well, I'm sure you can see how they're related, and bacon hair players. These players fall into two categories. 1. New players who are clueless and have no idea what they are doing or how they ended up on Roblox, or kids who make millions of alt accounts and use some sort of scripts they found online and exploit to troll streamers. There truly is no in-between for bacon hair players. Now, the pal hair was originally released on July 17th, 2012, and later in 2014, the bacon hair avatar became one of the default avatar options on Roblox. This was enough to cement the bacon hairs as a staple fixture within the community. They have even spawned countless memes, roleplay videos, music videos, full-length fan videos, and even getting their own Roblox toy. Oblivious HD. Oblivious HD is one of the biggest and most successful Roblox YouTubers of all time. His content primarily revolves around music videos, which he creates and have some of the highest production value of any Roblox YouTube content. Despite him not having uploaded a single video in over 3 years at this point, he has managed, on average, roughly 7 million monthly views and 40,000 subscribers every single month in that time. That's 252 million views and 1.4 million subs in 3 years with no new content. He has also won 2 Bloxys back in 2019 for Best Video of the Year and Best Action Video of the Year. Adding to this already insane list of accomplishments, Oblivious HD has the single most viewed Roblox video of all time. Not just on YouTube, but for any site or app in the world ever. There is not a single Roblox video which has been viewed more times than his music video for the song Stronger. If this isn't one of the biggest Roblox YouTuber flexes, then I don't know what is. Apocalypse Rising. Next up, we have one of the most popular games of the 2010s, Apocalypse Rising. Released in July of 2012, this game is a multiplayer adventure survival game where players are set in a post-apocalyptic wasteland filled with zombies. Players must fight off hordes of zombies roaming the wasteland, all while scavenging for food, weapons, and resources in one of the largest maps ever created on Roblox up to that point. It could take hours for players to stock up on goods, weapons, rations, parts, and medicine. After its initial launch in 2012, the game quickly gained a cult following, becoming the 7th most played game of the year. At the 2013 Roblox BloxCon, Apocalypse Rising won awards for Best Survival Game of the Year along with the Game of the Year. Despite this success, Apocalypse Rising started to die off in 2014, all thanks to one community, hackers. Exploits happen in most Roblox games, but it hit the Apocalypse Rising community so hard because players could fight other players in addition to the roaming zombies. This gave exploiters the ability to spawn in-game and instantly kill legit players who had been farming for hours upon hours. Exploits were never patched and the game died off until a sequel was finally released in 2016. These days, Apocalypse Rising may see 1 to 200 concurrent players during peak times on the weekend, but it is a far cry from the thousands of players at any time back in 2013 or 2014. Prison Life. Gaining and peaking in popularity from 2014 to 2017, Prison Life was a major success for its time and completely revolutionized the prison genre on Roblox, with an average concurrent player base of 10 to 20,000, sometimes hitting an upward of 40 to 50,000 during its peak years, which was mind-blowing for the time. Prison Life seemed unstoppable, except for one glaring fact: it never updated. The dev, Aesthetical, didn't update Prison Life once within the first 3 years. This led to the game becoming extremely repetitive for the players, and as time dragged on, it caused a lot of unintended issues. Exploiters were able to abuse the old, decaying spaghetti code of Prison Life, which led to most servers being overrun with exploiters who would grief and ruin the fun for most serious players. By 2016, a new prison game was released that would soon rise to the top of Roblox for years to come. I'm sure you know which prison game I'm talking about, and this would be the final nail in the coffin for Prison Life. Today, Prison Life is still popular by Roblox standards, averaging a few thousand players at any given time, though it is just a shell of its former popularity. You promised my son free Robux. This is the first phrase on this iceberg chart, probably the only phrase, or at least one of the few. So back in 2018, this was coined by the father of a child who won Robux during a Kreekcraft livestream, and I guess Kreek forgot to give this kid his Robux, and he obviously complained to his dad, who in turn made the now famous video.
You promised my son that you're going to give him free Robux.
While it's nowhere near as popular today, it is still a staple in the history of Roblox. Valkyries. The Valkyrie series is one of the most iconic, popular, and easily divisive series on Roblox. You either love the Valks or hate them. There is truly no in-between with this one.
The Violet Valkyrie? The item that I complain about every single day. Why does everybody have this Roblox hat? If you're a Roblox dev, you have this hat. If you're a Roblox YouTuber starting out, you have this hat. There's the Valkyrie I was talking about. That one. I hate that one. I hate that one. That Valkyrie, I hate it.
Inspired by Norse mythology, the Valkyrie warriors, this helmet has caused havoc in the community since 2008. Released on January 26, 2008, for 30,000 tickets. Don't worry, I'll cover tickets in a future video. It was created by the famous Roblox intern, Clockwork. Currently, there are 15 different Valks according to the wiki, all obtainable by very different means. One of the few series on Roblox that has such a wide variety for collecting. Here's a full list of all the Valks. The original, Black, Festive Sword, Halloween, Tix, Orinthian, Sparkle Time, Violet, Red, Sinister, Emerald, Summer, Ice, Metaverse, Valiant. Fun fact, I own the Red Valk. Hazem. Hazem? Well, he's the creator of Please Donate, one of the pioneers of donation games and the richest player on Roblox. He joined Roblox in August of 2016 and was a relatively unknown player until around 2019 when he developed his first game, Hazem's Builds. He followed this up with the Compliment game, Music Maker, and Two Truths and a Lie. Eventually, Hazem would go on to strike gold with his next game, Type Race. This was his first truly successful game, and it showed he was ready to think outside of the box on Roblox. Then, on February 7th, 2022, Hazem would release Please Donate, which was advertised as a stand game where players could tip and donate to other stands. In the roughly 2 years since Please Donate was released, it has gained over 2 billion visits and earned Hazem billions, if not tens of billions, of Robux. Please Donate has spawned a whole new genre of Roblox games, the donation games, which with new ones releasing near weekly even 2 years later. To this day, Hasm has donated nearly 1 billion Robux in Please Donate alone, along with hundreds of millions across other games and giveaways on Roblox. Since Please Donate's success, Hasm hasn't slowed down. He has continued to push the game with new updates every few months, all while working on many different side projects, such as player RNG, a dice rolling game, an obby which gave out free Robux, and even integrating Please Donate donations into Kreekcraft's livestream. To top it all off, all of these accomplishments were done before Hasm even turned 18, so without a doubt there are going to be many more big things to come from Hasm. Adopt Me. Previously the most popular game on Roblox and currently the second most visited game of all time on Roblox, Adopt Me has done and seen it all since its humble beginnings in 2016. Seeing initial success after its release in 2017, the game had regular updates and was a regular front page game, pretty much as successful as you could be as a developer. That all changed in 2019 with the release of pets in the game. Adopt Me blew up, breaking records with nearly every update and almost monthly from 2019 to 2021. Here's the wiki for their accomplishments. I was feeling lazy and didn't want to type all this out. The creators Bthink and Noofissy have remained relatively secretive and quiet despite the massive success of their game. They aren't out there on Twitter flashing rented Lambos like some YouTubers or mere selfies like other devs. Anyways, you most likely know this game was the Roblox game during the first few years of the pandemic, and even I played it for about a year. Additionally, the game has won 7 Bloxies. Lanky Box. So I wasn't sure how to start with these guys, so let's go with a fun fact. The management company for Lanky Box is the same company that manages pretty much every other large creator on the planet. Mr. Beast, Carl Jacobs, Kai Cenat, Dream, Laserbeam, Darman, and a lot more. So it should give you an idea how these guys are so successful despite them making content like this.
Milky milk, milky milk, milky milky milk. Milky milk, milky milk, milky milky milk.
Watch this. Oh. I am Skibbity Riz. Oh. Like you Skibbity Riz on Adam to ruin his day. What? Hey Bambolino, wanna go out?
Ow! Gagagi digga dagga die. Oh, trapped us in there. Gagagi.
Yeah, so Lanky Box started out in 2017 as a relatively normal channel doing K-pop lip sync videos, getting millions of views and millions of subs. So a very successful channel by any standard. Then in 2019, they transitioned into doing weird reaction videos and trendy content farm style videos, gaining tens of millions of views each video. Finally, the descent into madness began in early 2020. They made their first Roblox video about Piggy. Yeah, thanks Minitoon for this. The pandemic hit and Lanky Box was stuck indoors and unleashed a second plague onto the next generation of kids. They are now the largest Roblox creator on Roblox, gaining roughly 1 million subs a month and on average over 1 billion views a month. On average, they are pumping out a mind-staggering 4 videos a day. And sadly, for the future generations, they don't seem to be slowing down anytime soon. Meep City. I was afraid of getting here, one of the most infamous games on the entire platform, created by Alex Neutron in 2016. This seemingly innocent game started out just as that, a fun social game to hang out with friends. But over the years, the game deteriorated, becoming a hub for e-daters, degenerates, and people who need to go touch grass. Since its downfall, the game has been hacked multiple times, put under review by Roblox, and nearly banned off of the platform due to its massive problems previously mentioned. When players aren't e-dating and being degenerates, they are... You know, I don't really know what you do in this game, and I don't think anyone actually in the game plays it. Hashtags. Great job, Roblox moderation. Premium. Premium membership, previously known as Builders Club, is the paid option for Roblox players. Currently, there are 3 tiers of Premium, each tier giving different perks such as varying amounts of Robux stipends each month, allowing users to trade other players, the premium icon on in-game player lists, along with few less significant benefits that are basically worthless. Pretty much if you have a job and play Robux, you have Premium, or if you just stole your mom's credit card. Now, as I previously mentioned, before this membership was known as Builders Club from its introduction in 2007 up until 2019 when Roblox changed it to Premium. Fun fact, Builders Club was the first option for players to spend money on Roblox, and Builders Club was the second way Roblox was able to monetize on the platform. Pets. So for this entry, I'm guessing it has to do with in-game pets on Roblox, which over the last decade have become very popular in nearly every game genre. From fighting games to simulator games and RP games, pets are everywhere. Personally, I associate pets with simulator games such as Pet Simulator or Adopt Me. Sword Fight on the Heights. Sword Fight on the Heights is one of the oldest game series on Roblox and is one of the first fighting games dating back to 2008. Created by the legendary Shedletsky, this entry refers to the entire series of Sword Fight on the Height games. The Sword Fight on the Heights was originally released in April 2007. The main objective of the game is to, well, as the name would suggest, fight other players with swords. In the first version of the game, players were trapped on a small map containing several floating towers with obstacles connecting each tower, such as wobbly plates, disappearing tiles, and narrow planks. Players also had access to only one sword, the linked sword, as they dueled to the death, trying to get as many KOs as possible while avoiding death themselves. About a year later, in March of 2008, Shedletsky released Sword Fight on the Heights 2, which introduced many new mechanics, 2 new swords, each having different base damage and effects, along with an extended map. This caused the game to truly blow up, gaining 30,000 visits in a month, which, by 2008 standards, made it one of the top 10 most played games. Then, Sword Fight on the Heights 3 was introduced only a month later in April of 2008. This new version of the game introduced 3 more new swords, each with its own effects, new mechanics, and once again, an extended map. The game surpassed its predecessors in success by becoming the 5th game to pass 100,000 visits less than a month after its release. Finally, in July of 2008, Sword Fight on the Heights 4 was launched, introducing the final 2 swords, more mechanics, and an expansion on the previous map. Before the end of July, Sword Fight on the Heights 4 reached over 200,000 visits and became the second most popular game on Roblox. By 2015, the game died due to exploiters running rampant on Roblox, and nowadays the game averages anywhere from 5 to 20 players active. To this day, only the original Sword Fight on the Heights and Sword Fight on the Heights 4 remain up on Shedletsky's profile. At some point, Shedletsky privated 2 and 3. I have no clue why. I couldn't find any reason online, so if you know why, then please let me know down in the comments. Tower of Hell. Tower of Hell is the most popular obby game of all time on Roblox, currently sitting at 10 billion visits. The objective is straightforward: ascend the tower, which consists of 6 randomly selected sections to obby up. The levels range in difficulty from so easy a baby could do it to infuriatingly hard you'll want to smash your face into the keyboard. Developed by Yxceptional Studios and released in 2017, the game grew slowly but blew up in 2018 before peaking in 2020 like most other games, at which time it would have well over 100,000 concurrent players on any given day at any given time. Over the following years, Tower of Hell would slowly decline in players and would die off, and by that I mean it still has roughly 20,000 players even on a Monday afternoon. Yeah, I'm sure the devs aren't too concerned about that. Player badges. Player badges, also known as user badges. You know, when you log into a game for the first time, you usually see this little pop-up in the corner here. Yeah, those are player badges. Not to be confused with Roblox badges, which I'll cover later in the iceberg. Player badges were first released on August 13th of 2009 with the announcement of this blog post. The first player badge was this one here by Shedletsky, aka Telemon, for Sword Fight on the Heights 4. These badges act as a sort of achievement system on Roblox. Developers can add them into their own games to incentivize players to explore the game and participate in different aspects of that game. Although most players these days don't care about player badges, they were a huge part of the community after they were released and through the early 2010s. Personally, I've never cared too much about getting player badges except for a few games such as Doors and RB Battles. Banned players. This entry is most likely referring to any Roblox player who has ever been banned. I'm sure most of you watching have at some point had some sort of a ban on your account, even a temporary one for one day. While temporary bans are common, permanent bans are obviously much more severe and rarely seen. Once your account is permanently banned, it most likely will never be able to be recovered. I've heard of a few stories of accounts being recovered and unbanned after being hit with a permanent ban, but I have no clue how true those rumors are. Myths. The Roblox community is filled with myths. For those of you who are unfamiliar with what a myth is a story, specifically one that is unique to the social gaming platform Roblox. There are 2 kinds of myths on Roblox. Folk tales created by Roblox players, which are closely related to creepypastas, and actual accounts with a narrative using Roblox as a storytelling format. Myths usually gain popularity via social media, primarily TikTok and YouTube Shorts, but also gain a significant boost from popular YouTube creators such as Kreekcraft. Some of the more notable myths in recent years have been the Bun Bun Girls, Dip Dip Girls, Death Dolly, Explore Elizabeth, and January 1st, 2023. Basically every New Year's Roblox is shutting down, and that's a myth in and of itself. Myths in Roblox have a rich history dating back to the early years of Roblox. I'm most likely not going to cover any current myths or any from recent history because that could be a whole iceberg series on its own. But in later years, I may take a look at some of the much older and more obscure myths from the history of Roblox. The Roblox outage. The Roblox outage, aka the Great Shutdown of 2021, was the infamous outage which started on October 28, 2021 and lasted 3 days, nearly 72 hours, all thanks to Chipotle. Faint hints at what was to come appeared on the marketplace the previous evening of the 27th. This post by Unite shows that the Community Creators tab was down and showing severe problems 21 hours before Roblox would actually shut down. This seemed like an isolated incident, but it was not. The following evening, on October 28th, the Chipotle event went live at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Servers had already been crashing, but I mean, this is Roblox and people didn't give it a second thought. Players flooded the Chipotle game looking for their free burritos, but they didn't have long. The timer was ticking. Roblox servers couldn't handle the influx, and then, within an hour, 99% of players were offline. The players' anger turned to confusion as the hours ticked by and the site was still down. 1 hour turned into 12 hours, and then the photo that went viral. The entire Roblox platform was down. For the first time in over 4 years, there were officially 0 players on Roblox. Over the next 2 days, Roblox tweeted and acknowledged that they were working on the root cause, and players had to sit idly by and could only wait. 1 day turned into 2, which turned into 3. Finally, on October 31st, nearly 72 hours after Roblox hit 0 players, Roblox was officially back up and running. A few hours after the platform was back online, CEO David Baszucki published a blog post apologizing for the outage and giving a brief statement on what caused it. After a few months, a full blog post was released in early January 2022 detailing what exactly happened. I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what any of this is really talking about, but from what I've heard, it basically had something to do with a section of Roblox's ancient spaghetti code. Piggy, if you joined Roblox before 2020 or even during 2020 when we had the the thing that happened, then you played Piggy. Don't lie, you know you did. Developed by a relatively unknown dev at the time, Minitoon, Piggy was only meant to be a project to help Minitoon practice his AI path finding for himself and his friends. Then, the almighty Roblox algorithm had another plan for Minitoon. Within 2 weeks, the game reached the front page of Roblox and every YouTuber was playing it. Hell, even I found the game when it was only a few weeks old and made a video on it. The third Roblox video I ever made on my channel was a Piggy video. Anyways, Piggy is a survival horror game where players must work together to solve puzzles and escape the map, all while being hunted down by Piggy. While this game on its own was nothing revolutionary, there was just enough of a story to hook players during 2020 when everyone was bored and stuck at home. Me included, as Piggy helped me reach my first 1,000 subscribers. New maps were released every few weeks as the story continued to unfold, all while Piggy was gaining billions of visits. At its peak during May of 2020, Piggy was one of the most popular games in the world. The final chapter was released and players hunted for the true ending. During one of Kreekcraft's streams, he peaked at over 400,000 concurrent viewers, which to this day is the largest Roblox stream of all time. Eventually, the true ending was found by this YouTuber, Owlzo. Anyways, Piggy would continue on releasing 12 more chapters as part of its book 2, have multiple spin-offs including Piggy Build Mode, Piggy Inner City, and Pig 64. Piggy was the fastest game to reach 1 billion visits in just 83 days at the time. It was also the first game to have its own merchandise in major stores across the world and win numerous awards at RDC. As I said at the start of this entry, if you played during 2020, then it will most certainly hold a special place in your heart. DevX. Do you like money? Of course you do. Roblox thought you and most other players like money, so that's why they added Developer Exchange, more commonly known as DevX, on October 1st, 2013. This allowed users who created games to exchange Robux they earned for actual money. There are a bunch of rules and requirements that users have to meet before they can DevX, but those have changed over the years. Shirts. Added in March of 2007, shirts gave players, shirts. Before this, the few thousand players who were actually playing Roblox were forced to just use their default avatars with 0 customization options. Shirts were the first form of Roblox player customization and opened the floodgates for all future player customization. Not much to say about shirts. The original version of shirts are now called classic shirts. Old Roblox was better. This entry is referring to the mentality that a number of longtime Roblox players express. Old Roblox was better. Now, as someone who joined Roblox in 2019, I can't speak too much on the veracity of this thought, but I do have a few thoughts on it. This perspective is just nostalgia, rose-tinted glasses, or whatever you want to call it, because most of these veteran Roblox players are most likely now in their 20s or even 30s. They were young kids who started playing Roblox in the early 2000s. Now as adults, they have busy lives, jobs, families, careers, friends, kids, mortgages, bills, and all those other things that life throws at you when you're an adult. They were probably about 10 to 14, and they were able to sit at home all day playing a silly blocks game with their friends while their moms cooked them Hot Pockets. It's easier to remember all the fun you had with your friends while playing games all night, but it's those friends, the freedom, the lack of responsibility, that is what the players are thinking of when they think of old Roblox. While I didn't play Roblox in the early 2000s, I did grow up playing many other online games in the early 2000s. Games like MapleStory, RuneScape, World of Warcraft. When I think of all the memories of playing with my friends, that's what was great. Because, I mean, a lot of the gameplay from back then was actually really bad. I'm sure that Roblox as a platform was significantly worse than modern Roblox. Old Roblox had no features, even compared to contemporary games at the time. Anyways, tangent aside, the thought of old Roblox is better is just an opinion, and at the end of the day, maybe for a few select people, it may have been better, but it probably wasn't. Extensions. Extensions are browser plugins you can install on your web browser, which give users additional tools to use on Roblox's sites. Most extensions give customization options to tailor how users want to see information on Roblox. Although this entry may be in reference to the fact that many extensions for Roblox are most likely scams looking to exploit users. If you follow Roblox news, then you have no doubt heard about the countless extensions which have turned out to be scams. These extensions will hide code in their script which can steal players' login information or cause players to trade their Robux and limiteds to the extension developer. Scams like these have stolen hundreds of thousands of accounts and probably tens to hundreds of millions of Robux. Countless videos on YouTube have documented the extent of these scams, so go watch some of those if you want to be convinced not to download the off-brand Wish extension for Roblox. I personally only use one extension and I don't think I'll ever download any more. Big Games. This entry relates to the developer Build Into Games, aka Preston, aka Big Games, and his development studio by the same name, Big Games. Preston began his development journey in late 2011. Less than 2 months after he joined Roblox with his hit game, Boss Battles 101. Slowly, over the next few years, he would go on to release many more games, including his first big hit, Guest Defense 1 in early 2014, Guest Quest Online in late 2014, Giant Survival 1 and 2, and finally the game, which would change not only Preston's future, but the future of Roblox, Pet Simulator. Pet Simulator ushered in an era of simulators you know to this day. If you play any simulator now, most likely it was inspired by Pet Simulator. The release of Pet Sim also spawned the careers of many popular YouTubers. In the following years, Preston would release hit after hit, such as Big Paintball, Pet Simulator X, Big Paintball 2, and most recently, Pet Simulator 99. We don't need to talk about Pet Simulator 2. All this success hasn't come without a cost though. Controversy. Preston's critics will say his success comes at the cost of child gambling addiction, and it's hard to argue otherwise. With some of the most aggressive monetization tactics on Roblox, some of the most expensive game passes on Roblox, slot machine eggs, NFT pets, selling in-game pets tied to real-life plushies, a virtual slot machine, and countless other gambling-esque mechanics, it's hard to deny the adverse effects of his tactics on his audience, both young and old. All of this is just the tip of the iceberg with Build Into Games. If you want to do a deep dive, I would recommend watching one of the plethora of videos on YouTube about the history of big games. Regardless of how you feel about Preston's ethics, it's undeniable that he is an icon in the Roblox community. Badimo. Badimo, however you want to say it, without a doubt is one of the most iconic pair of devs in the history of Roblox. Their hit game Jailbreak has become one of the most successful games in the history of Roblox, amassing 7 billion visits since its launch in early 2017. The group was founded by legendary developers Asimo3089 and BadCC. Both devs got started in 2008 and 2009 respectively, having a very successful career before teaming up to make Jailbreak. Asimo had spent years making popular obbies, showcase games, and other well-built games. BadCC was a very talented programmer. I'm not really sure which games he worked on before meeting Asimo, but whatever he did, it clearly impressed him. In 2015, they started to work on their secret project, which they released in January of 2016. Based on the hit movie Tron, Volt would be an instant success, becoming a front-page game and going on to win multiple Bloxy awards in 2016. This success would set up the pair for their next project, Jailbreak. Jailbreak could have its own Iceberg video, and there are many creators who have already made amazing videos covering the immense history of the game. I would recommend checking out a few of those. In early 2024, Badimo announced the end of Jailbreak updates as they are moving on to new projects. One project, which released earlier in that same year, was Rocketeers. And now we will have to wait to see what they release next. Display names. Display names was a feature added to Roblox in early 2021. It gave users the ability to customize their display names, which are separate from usernames, which is all players had access to previously. It seems like a very basic feature, but before this, players would have to pay $10 to completely change their usernames. Initially, this update was seen as an overall positive, which is a rare thing for a Roblox update. There isn't too much to say on this topic, but something I find quite comical is how the community has gone into finding a countless number of ways to abuse the display name option. After a few years, people have found every way to make crazy display names, which wasn't possible before with usernames. And with that, we have reached the end of the first layer of the Roblox Iceberg. So hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell icon because I'll be uploading layer 2 soon, and I'm sure that there will be topics on there which you have not heard before.